To one of the final segments here in Basrah, Iraq. I am Bob Calvert, your host. I'm talking with Heroes.com and Anna Sophie Hickson behind the camera. And before we get started, I want to thank the people that made this trip possible, clear across Iraq and to help us to go right over to Afghanistan again. Blackhawk.com, newsblaze.com, militaryconnection.com, freedomhunters.org, lauraburgess.com, number5jump.com, soldiersangels.org, and broadbandforamerica.com. And some of you may remember when I got back from Afghanistan a few months ago, we did a lot of filming at the USO at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. That's all on our YouTube page. And if you haven't seen them, I want to check them out. It's really good. Well, we're now here at the USO headquarters in Basrah. And standing next to me is Chief Warrant Officer Greg Mofford. That's okay. It's a little loud. And we're going to go inside here in a few minutes. We're going to talk to the Chief Warrant Officer a little bit about himself. And then we're going to take a tour. We're going to look at the gym. And we're going to go through the entire USO. They have an internet section there, phone section, and okay, TVs and everything. So let's go ahead and go inside.
Okay, come on.
Okay, welcome back everybody. We are now inside the USO, and behind me is the gym. We're going to check it out here on camera in a few minutes. First, I want to introduce to everybody Chief Warrant Officer for Greg Mofford. Welcome, sir, to Talking with Heroes.
Hello, how you doing? It's a beautiful sunny day in Basrah. It's always sunny, but that's okay. And this is the first part of our gym. You can see there's lots of things going on at the gym. They have lots of activities for whoever wants to do what kind of things, and there's other advertisements, all to keep us active and doing something so we don't get bored and get homesick or stuff like that. And some safety stuff here.
Okay, talk a little bit about your service to the country. How long have you served?
I've been in the military totally about 28 years. I first started in the Air Force. I was there for 12 and a half years. Then flying helicopters the whole time, and I wanted to keep flying, so I went into the National Guard, Army National Guard, and been flying for about 15 years there and having a good time. Right now I'm in the Blackhawks, and I'm one of the maintenance pilots here at the unit. We've been here 9.5 months and been doing a good job, been working hard and enjoying the southern Iraq sunshine and warm weather.
And the heat.
Yes, our hottest has been 125 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot for normal day work.
Right. So where are you from?
I'm from Bismarck, North Dakota.
Okay.
And like I said, been there for about 15 years. Got in the Guard as soon as I got there. And been having a good time since.
Okay. Before we start the tour, you've been in the military for a while. We've been here now almost 10 months. Of course, like everybody else, back home and here, we're watching the news about all the combat troops going home, and people by now have been watching these videos and know, well, there's a little more to the story, but they're hearing it from you guys, the troops. But you have a unit replacing you now.
Yes, we do.
So what would you say to the American people to not forget them, that they're here? They're going to be here for a year.
It's just the same. Aviation's different than the ground combat troops, and those are the people that have left the ground combat troops that convoy and do security and stuff. We're supporting the aviation part, moving people around, VIPs, soldiers, going home, emergency leave, R&R, and we still have 50,000 soldiers in country, and they still need to be transported around. When we first got word that we're coming here, we thought we'd be the last unit, aviation unit here, because the president said the new deal. But when we found out, no, the aviation has to stay here, keep supporting everybody. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to keep supporting the troops.
Yep.
We were talking a little while ago about care packages and letters, and you mentioned about your VFW post. Why don't you share that?
Yeah, like I said, in Bismarck we have VFW post number 1326, and I've been a member there about 4 years since my last deployment, and we got together and coordinated things, and they've been sending us cookies, but mostly lately this summer, ice pops. They've sent us about 2,000 ice pops, and they go really good after a hot day's work or coming off a flight. You have something cool and nice, and multi-flavors and stuff like that, so that's been a real help for us and all the troops. They appreciate it every time I hand them out to them, and it's good for them too because it keeps them cool and hydrated.
Right.
So that's been a real good help.
Yeah, the VFW has been, other veterans groups too, but the VFW has been extremely supportive.
I'm sure they
throughout
have.
the entire mission.
Yeah, they've been real good to us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
If everybody could do stuff like that, kind of almost sponsor a unit, it'll work so much great.
Right. Okay, before we go around, why don't you give a shout out to some family and friends back home?
Okay, like I said, I got lots of relatives in Bismarck, North Dakota. My wife is from Bismarck, so she has mom and dad Dosh and all the brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews in Bismarck. And we're just working hard here and looking forward to coming home real soon. And we'll see you when we get home.
Okay, so let's start walking around.
Okay.
We have a schedule, right?
Yeah, they have all sorts of classes here. They got volunteer instructors on lots of them, yoga, and karate, and they have a back room just for special.
Okay, now you are a volunteer here, which is
in the USO.
Yeah.
Yes, I help.
Okay.
Just volunteer. This
Okay,
is the gym part of the building. You can see they got lots of equipment, treadmills, and stair steps, and ellipticals. We just got these new rowing machines recently here. We got all sorts of weight machines here. And in the back, we got 3 weights. And in the back, stretching.
Let's go ahead and walk back there too. So, and this is all donated by the USO. Or is it military?
The gym is really MWR.
Okay.
So it's one big building, but 2 different
Right.
units really.
Well, a lot of places, the MWR and the USO work together.
Right. You got more MWR facilities because they can be small, but USO, there's a brand new matting here, all this different equipment. And they do stretches and yoga here, karate classes and combat. And over here is the free weights. Just about anything you need. It's real busy in the evenings around here.
Big.
Yeah. The boxers.
Let's just walk around here.
Okay. Everyone takes care of it and cleans up afterwards. You have to do the sanitary wipe after every use on the equipment. As full as they can get it, with all the equipment. Because we got lots of troops here in Basrah. We like it. Like I said, it has good variety. And they keep it in shape. They clean it every night, so it's in good shape. And you just check out a towel and come out and do the workout. And they'll wash the towels at the end of the day. There's cool water. Everyone can get a bottle of water. So they keep hydrated. They keep this pretty nice air conditioned, low ceiling, but they have extra fans.